What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the Wizard Survival Guide for Diablo 3, Season 15, Patch 261. Now this is based off the Tal Rasha set. Tal Rasha is extremely versatile and we're going to get into it, and that is Blood Shard recommendations. Now, the Challenge Rift resets today, 9/17, Monday. Don't do your Challenge Rift today. I've warned everyone in every video, so there you go. The Wizard has no really good options as a level 1, but you can pick up Ashnagars. There's always those pox falls there that are good for every class. One thing to note about the weapons is that if you're 70 and you want to play Archon with Starfire or Frozen Orb with Unstable Scepter, you can roll low-level weapons. It's actually useful because there's only so many weapons at level 1. You'll get it pretty quick, and then you just put them in the cube, you extract the legendary power, you'll get the full effect for it. And definitely while you're leveling, hold on to some legendaries for later. What I would do if I was playing Wizard, I'd wait till level 33, and I would get the Etched Sigil. That is, there's only 2 possible offhand legendaries that you can get. So there's an extremely high chance that you get the Etched Sigil, and then again, you can put it in a cube. But if you want to get into Archon right away, you get everything at level 33 from Kadala. So you can even have somebody power level you to level 33, and then that will be your alt wizard. So you have your main wizard at 70 grinding, and then you log into your alt wizard at 33 and you roll blood shards. It's just, you're gonna get the items faster. It's just way more efficient early season. You can see right away, Mantled Hill at level 27. The Fazula Improbable Chain at level 33. And you also get the Swami at level 30. So at level 33, Wizard can get all the Archon stuff. And then, of course, we talked about the Starfire as well. And yeah, man, so it's just a quick way to get it. I did this strategy when we had our Veers season, back when Veers was the Hadrig. For 1 to 70 leveling recommendations, like what spells would you take leveling from 1 to 70? We know how to spend our blood shards, but as we're progressing through the levels, through the 50s, 60s, 70s, what would you take? For me, I almost always go Disintegrate, Convergence. It just has a lot of coverage and it's really powerful altogether. The first thing you're gonna take is the other beam, which is Ray of Frost, and you're gonna take Cold Blood. It's gonna reduce the arcane cost to 11. So early on, when you have nothing else, it's gonna be like you're free casting everything. So now that you've hit 70, I would go to the blacksmith, good old Hadrig, craft level 70 gear that you don't have to fill out your build, and make sure you have good pieces, you know, high main stat, crit damage, your element. In this case, we're using arcane as an element, so you wanna stack that. And the reason why I like crafted gear is it's really cheap to make, like I said, and it's cheap to reroll as well. So you can see, like, if you have a belt, it costs only 3 materials. I can't see because my head's in the way. 3 materials and 19K. The Challenge Rift bag is going to give you like 4.9 million. So you have enough to do a few rerolls here and there. All right, let's talk set bonuses. The 2-piece. Damaging enemies with arcane, cold, fire, or lightning will cause a meteor from that same damage type to fall from the sky and deal damage. This has an 8-second cooldown. So this is just like passive damage as long as we're using different elements. So you want to make sure you hit all the different elements, and it's going to just continuously drop meteors from the sky of that type. It's a nice way to do damage. The 4-piece increases your resistances to all elements by 25% for 8 seconds. So basically the part of the Tal Rasha set is to cast 4 different types of elements, and it's going to keep up all your buffs. Now, other than the meteors falling from the sky, we really don't have any help with the set. Like, nothing's really helping us to destroy the content. So you're going to have to really focus on Black Hole, bringing them together, and the damage of Entropy early on. It goes up to almost 1100% damage. And this is a build I've been using every season for a starter, regardless of what set, because it's just really powerful. Group them up and destroy them to, you know what I mean? This is really powerful. And then the meteors actually, since they're grouped up, the meteors actually put in a lot of work. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. No Paragon was used in the making of this video, no legendary gems, nothing beneficial in the cube. We have like Serpent Sparker and things. You can't uncube items, so unfortunately I have to put things in there for spells that we don't utilize. Okay, we got a nice open map here. Let's double buff, group them up, Keep up all 4 elements, hold down disintegrate, and they just slowly get chunked away. Move on here, repeat the process, group them up, cast any elements that you have. I forgot to cast all my elements, man. That's the whole part. All right, don't forget. Don't be like Blood. Keep everything up. Move on. Here's an elite pack. Let's group these guys up. Group. You can tap. Every time you're tapping different elements, you can see the meteors start to fall. That was in like an ice meteor. I have an RCR gem in the helm, and that's going to really... Whoa, what's going on? We got impalers? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's going to help with reduced resource costs. These guys are pretty savage, man. Okay. So you can see without anything, you're going to be doing well. You can get a Bane of the Powerful for the first GR you complete every single season, guaranteed. Congratulations, Nephilim, you just completed your GR20 clear. What are you going to do with the 6-piece? What does the 6-piece do for us? All right, once you add the 6-piece, you're going to get a lot of damage. 750% for each element you cast. So we have 4 elements. So we're getting 3,000% damage increase on everything. The good thing about Tal Rasha is it's just a buff for everything. So at 4 stacks, each different element extends the duration, yada, yada, yada. So you can see, you'll see a buff down here on the bar. You can see as I'm casting things, I have this buff right here. Tal Rasha element damage buff. It's really awesome. So you can essentially build into whatever you want, whether it's Archon, whether it's Frozen Orb, whether it's Meteors. Any multiplier will pair great with the set. I'm choosing to go with Frozen Orb because that's the first speed build I'm going to recommend. That's also the bounty build I'm going to recommend. And again, you can play Veers and all that stuff. So in the description, I'll have a Veers builds and I'll have the Frozen Orb path. But for this season, if I was to main Wizard, which I haven't decided yet, I would probably play Frozen Orb. Let me kind of demonstrate that for you guys. So you jump right to the T7 equivalent, and it wouldn't be too difficult. You know, obviously without anything, you know, it would be hard to survive. But this is just with the 6-piece set and spamming Frozen Orb like no other multiplier. Frozen Orb hits for like 950 weapon damage. So it hits pretty hard. They buffed it a while ago. And as long as you keep your 4 elements up, you'll have no problem face rolling T7, like I was saying. And this is similar to the speed build where you're porting around, spamming Frozen Orb. We got some Bogans. No elites? No elites for the people. You can see the progression is starting to take off. There we go. Look at these elites just getting smashed, right? So you're in a good spot with Wizard. Enjoy it, Nephilim. And we'll move on to the next segment. For early game blood shard recommendations, you know, as you're leveling and you're farming shards and you're like, okay, now what do I do that I'm 70 with my blood shards and my Death's Breath, like Bloodshed, what should I spend them on? I would recommend you fill out the Frozen Orb speed build, the Veer speed build, or some speed build. So you have to roll things to complement where you're going towards. So this is like kind of what the Frozen Orb speed build looks like. The most important things are going to be the unstable scepter, which hopefully you have by now. If not, you can always roll it at level 1 and put it in the cube. It's going to buff arcane orb damage by 450%, so that's really important. The triumvirate you might want to roll for. So it's pretty much always offhands and main hand weapons, right? So I guess there's a theme here a lot of the time. With other classes, they have big multipliers like barbs for bracers and witch doctors for rings. But in a lot of cases, it's offhand and main hand. For offhand, use your blood shards since they'll only cost 25 resource at Kadala. And for your main hand damage, use the Hope of Cain. So you'd be upgrading wands and you might get the unstable and the Aether Walker, and then you can put 1 in the cube. You can interchange them however you want. Whatever your best item is, you always want to wear it for any build that you're pretty much playing. After I get my weapons, I probably definitely go for bracers. You can get Ashnagars, Nems, Rancer's Folly is what I recommend in the bounty build. Lots of good things. And as you're doing bounties, you're going to get the Pride's Fall. There's a lot of items that you need from bracers and offhands, so feel free to roll those. You might get that Etched Sigil so you can push with Meteor. I wouldn't completely go for the Death Wish just yet. I would get my bounty build and my speed farm build complete, whichever one you decide, whether it's Archon or whatever. before you go for the push build, since Wizard can complete a 70 without using the Death Wish and all that stuff. So Wizard's really powerful. Take advantage of that early season. Congratulations, you Wizards out there. You get a really amazing start this season. Tal Rasha is a legendary set. Make sure to follow me up above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I stream there. I've been streaming all the research for this on stream all week long. I still have a few classes to get to before the season starts. So thank you for the support. Thank you for watching these every season. And thank you for all the kind words that I get on Twitch and YouTube. Yes, there are kind words that happen on the internet. This is the Bloodshed. And I'm out of here. Peace.